In the opening scene of the episode, a majestic old castle emerges from the heart of the dense forest. This abandoned fortress has become a sanctuary for demons, who have been snatching innocent villagers from the nearby area and bringing them here. To confront this menace, Wind Hashira Saint Mi and Serpent Hashira Abenel join forces with two novice demon slayers. As they venture further, they witness a horrifying sight, a demon capturing a helpless lady and fleeing with her. Determined to rescue her, they embark on a thrilling pursuit, eventually finding themselves inside the eerie castle. However, lurking within the castle were numerous hidden demons who launched an attack on them. Both Hashiras swiftly responded by decapitating the demons. It became evident that these ordinary demons were no match for the Hashira's skills. Shiraz, realizing the situation, urged the other two demon slayers to leave the area, as their presence would hinder their ability to fight effectively. The place itself was incredibly peculiar, as he had never witnessed such a large gathering of demons in one location before. Upon hearing a lady's scream, Sanemi rushed upstairs to find a multitude of demons waiting. Utilizing the second form of wind breathing, Sanemi swiftly dispatched them. He then proceeded to employ the fifth form of Abenel to eliminate the remaining demons. The animation depicting this intense fight scene was truly remarkable. It was at this moment that he finally comprehended the true nature of the demon. These two are no ordinary demon slayers, but they are definitely Hashira. As soon as he realizes this, he immediately starts running away from here. Sanemi follows him, but the demons suddenly appear in front of him like insects. They were leaving the castle when they encounter a different kind of demon sons. Abenel instructs me to go and save the woman while he handles these demon sons alone. Abenel unleashes the power of the third form of serpent breathing and successfully eliminates all of these demon sons. Sanemi, on the other hand, utilizes the fourth form of wind breathing to take down the remaining demon sons. It must have been quite a shock for the demon to see the woman escape, only to be chased by both Hashiras into his house. Witnessing the Infinity Castle for the first time, Shiraz was left bewildered. However, the sudden disappearance of the castle allowed the demon to flee. The Hashiras were left puzzled by the mysterious place and the demon's sudden escape. Meanwhile, Kanavati, returning from a mission, meets Shinobu, who recounts the events at Shotsmith village. She explains how Mui Kairo Mitsuri and Tanjiro managed to defeat two upper-rank demon sons, with Nezuko emerging victorious against the sun. Despite being a demon, Nezuko can withstand sunlight. This poses a significant threat as Muzan will likely target her. An urgent Hashira meeting has been called, requiring Shinobu to visit Ubuyashi's mansion. Tanjiro, who was present, learned from Kikuchi Goto that the people of Swordsmith village are fleeing due to demon sons discovering the village's location. To address this, empty villages were prepared for relocation. Tanjiro, unconscious for a week, woke up and ate heartily, inspired by Mitsuri's strength. Kikuchi mentioned that Mitsuri and Mui Kairo recovered in just 3 days, prompting all demon slayers to be on high alert regarding Nezuko. Saint Mi and Abenel attended the Hashira meeting, with Saint Mi expressing anger over the situation. Why hasn't he encountered any high-ranking demons until now? Stone Hashir Guillaume felt relieved when Mitsuri and Kairo managed to defeat two upper-ranked demons without losing their lives. They were eagerly awaiting the arrival of Master Kaga, but instead, the Master's wife Amane showed up at the meeting. She informed them that the Master's health had deteriorated to the point where he would struggle to face any more demons. This news saddened all the Hashiras, and Guillaume offered a prayer for the Master's well-being. Amane revealed that Nezuko had gained control over the sun, which meant that Mujin Kibutsuji would surely come to take her and harness the power of the sun for himself. This implied that they might soon have to confront Mujin. Amane also discovered that Mitsuri and Muchir had acquired marks on their faces during the battle. She was curious to know how they obtained those marks. It was revealed that Muzan had nearly been killed by swordsmen who used the first breathing technique during the Shoku period, and that's when the special mark appeared on his body. The Hashiras were shocked to learn this, as they had never been informed about such a mark. Amane admitted that she wasn't sure if the mark truly existed or if it was just a story. It was only mentioned in a book that when this mark appears on a person. So this symbol also manifests on those in close proximity to him. Amane reveals that the first individual in this generation to bear this symbol was not Hashir, but Tongay. However, Tange was unable to elucidate how this symbol appears, prompting her to seek answers from Mitsuri and Mui Kairo. Mitsuri then begins muttering like Tanjiro, leaving everyone puzzled and gazing at her. Following this, Mui Kairo admits that he was unaware of the mark on his face. During the battle, he was poisoned, rendering him immobile. A child was on the brink of death while trying to save him. Simultaneously, Mui Kairo's lost memories resurfaced. When the symbol materialized, his heart rate must have reached 200 beats per minute, and his body was trembling. His temperature had risen to 39 degrees Celsius. These two conditions led to the appearance of the mark on Mukiro. Shinobu warns that both conditions are perilous, signifying that embarking on that path is an arduous endeavor. However, Sane Mi insists that it is simple. In response, Water Hashiragi mocks Sane Mi, suggesting that this task may appear effortless to someone with a narrow mindset, which angers Sane Mi. Amane sought to uncover this information. All individuals must learn how to manifest the Hashira mark in order to enhance their strength. With those words, Amane departs. Giyu then rises and prepares to leave as well. However, Sane Mi stops her, stating that the meeting is not yet concluded. Giyu responds by suggesting that they converse amongst themselves, as she is indifferent. Abenel is absent, and Shinobu inquires about Jeyu's well-being. Giyu asserts that he is distinct from the rest. Sane becomes upset, questioning Jeyu's belief in his superiority. A confrontation seems imminent until Giyu intervenes by clapping and instructing everyone to settle down. Meanwhile, at the Butterfly Mansion, Tanjiro discovers Niju playing with the other girls outside, where they are teaching him to communicate with Zenitsu. They notice Nezuko, who has just returned from a mission. The three girls warmly greet him and Nezu steps forward to welcome Zenitsu back as well. Zenitsu is taken aback when he hears Nezuko's voice for the first time during the day, and he becomes furious, shouting out loud. Approaching Nezuko, he exclaims how incredible it is that she has learned to speak, and even proposes marriage, promising to feed her Sashi every day and settle down together. Nezuko then turns to Nezu and welcomes Inosuke back, revealing that she didn't even know Zenitsu's name. This revelation infuriates Zenitsu, who demands to know where that piglet is so he can kill him. It turns out that Inos had been trying to get Nezuko to memorize his name. All morning. Meanwhile, Hagen Zuka presents Tanjiro's sword, which looks stunning. It's the same sword that Tans received from Yori, complete with Rengoku's sword guard with Slay written on it. Hagen explains that the sword is crafted from high-quality steel and must have been wielded by a very powerful individual. The sword is a relic of the ranking system and is quite old, as nowadays every Hashira's sword is labeled as the Destroyer of Demons. Tang inquires about the inscription on the sword during the fight, which angers Hega. Hega claims that they didn't even allow the sword to be completed. Hega explains that while sharpening the sword, he was beaten so badly that every part of his body still hurts. As compensation, Hega demands to be fed sweets for the rest of his life. Tanjiro agrees to this arrangement and Hagen Izuka leaves. Nya, who is also in the room with Tanjiro, asks them to lower their voices. In frustration, Nya breaks the window and heads to Inosu's house. Kikuchi becomes angry upon witnessing this, and Ganya suggests that Nya should have his own separate room. Inosuke informs Tanjiro that joint training is about to commence. Tang asks about the type of training, to which Inosuke admits that he doesn't know. The training is called Hashir training, where all the Hashirs below him wear masks. The purpose is to train the Demon Slayers and make them stronger. They plan to start the training as soon as possible, as nobody knows what Mugen is plotting. And Nezuko will be the target of all the Demon Sons, so they must prepare for the upcoming final battle. Guillaume mentioned that he plans to enlist the help of retired Hashira Tanjin Uzui. Although all the Hashiras agreed to the training, they were puzzled as to why Guillaume was absent. The following day, Tanjiro and Zenitsu discussed the upcoming training. Zenitsu expressed his displeasure at being immediately put into training upon returning from a mission. Tanjiro pointed out that training with the Hashiras was a valuable opportunity to learn. Zenitsu, frustrated, playfully bit Tanjiro's forehead and declared their friendship over. However, Tanjiro thanked Zenitsu for teaching him the thunder-breathing technique during a crucial battle, which allowed him to defeat a demon. Zenitsu, touched by the gratitude, decided to join the training happily. Meanwhile, Tanjiro pushed the Slayers hard during training, despite their exhaustion, with Uzui encouraging them to keep pushing themselves. Because this was a basic stamina training, the Hashira will create chaos for them. Here, Uzui's 3 wives also joined and were preparing food for everyone. Once they were done with Uzui, they had to undergo training from Mui Kairo for movement, Mitsuri for flexibility, Obai for swordsmanship, Sane Mi for endless striking, and finally Gomi for muscle training. The Hashira themselves were training under this pretext to awaken their demon slayer mark. In the evening, a Kasugai crow approached Tanjiro, pecked his head, and delivered a letter. The letter was from Master Kaga, stating that Giyu was the only one not participating in the Hashira training. Meanwhile, Lady Tamayo had a Kasugai crow on her window. Tamayo was surprised that the demon slayers had found her, as her house was always hidden. It was Crow Master Kaga who sent the crow to assure Lady Tamayo that she didn't need to fear, as he had come to seek her assistance. There was a girl in the Demon Slayer Corps who possessed extensive knowledge about the Demon Sons' bodies. He wanted Tamayo to join him in investigating Nezuko. Would Tamayo agree to work with him in order to defeat Muzan Kibutsuji? He had come to invite her to Ubuyashi's mansion. Tamayo is in disbelief that she, a demon, has received an invitation to the Demon Slayer's headquarters.